good morning. Hope this sounds okay to you because I'm trying something a little different today as far as the sound quality goes. So, this is the place to find out my opinion about movies since we're going to go with movies for a while. Today we're doing Back to the Future and Tomorrowland. Then we're going to go next week to single movies. So we got, you got to go visit the website, georgelawfree.com, and, put your name and email address and all that fun stuff. And I want you to go ahead and subscribe so that we can keep this channel open. And information about donations will be at the end of the video. So, let's go ahead and get started with this thing. I don't like this mic. It's not staying where I want it, or I'm not staying where I want it. One of the two. Hang on, let me adjust. That's a little better. Does that help any? I don't know. We'll see. I got flashing lights in front of me saying I'm blowing out, but I'm doing okay over there. So we'll see what happens. Give this a try. So let's go ahead and start with Back to the Future, or Back to the Future number 1. This is a 1985 film. It's a science fiction film that pushed the limits on special effects because most of the special effects were done with miniatures, models, not real vehicles. Back to the Future is a movie about a young kid. Michael J. Fox called him, and Christopher Lloyd was the doctor. It's a traveling doctor. They used a DeLorean and turned it into a time machine. Back in the early 80s, the DeLorean was a car company that had failed. So they went ahead and tried to boost their sales by using a DeLorean in the movie. So they steal plutonium, skateboarding. It was a big thing back in the 80s. I don't know if it is or it is not anymore because I got out of that industry or that way of thinking. Used to do it when I was a kid. Broke a couple legs and arms because of it, but you know how it goes. So this was a movie I took a date to, which I regret to this day. Anyway, so they go back to they steal plutonium. The guys who they stole plutonium, the Libyans, come try to collect it. They were in a J.C. Penney's parking lot. They get guns fired at them, and then the time machine's got to get up to 88 miles an hour before it activates and goes back to the future or back to the past. So they have to work to it. So within the first 20 minutes to the 15 minutes of the film, the DeLorean bursts into flames and disappears, which is cool special effects. It was really good in the theater, but it's good on the small screen too. Then when they get to the past, the car runs out of plutonium, which was power in its 1.1 gigawatts, and he has to go find Doc Brown, which is the doctor who built the car in the past, so that he can get help to get back to the future. And they're basically going to run around, and he makes a mistake of altering time, so he's got to fix up his parents. It's kind of a romantic love story thing too. They kind of just go all over the place and have fun. It's a drama. What he does in the past affects the future, temporal mechanics, I guess you want to call it. It's a butterfly effect type thing. And then they use lightning and a clock tower to get back, and then everything's changed a little bit. And it's all fun. It's a good movie. It's worth watching. And he gets to meet his parents in the past and find out what they were really like, which is scary for anybody. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know why I'm trying to rush this thing. Okay, so the Marty McFly was the name of hell, I just said his name too. Anyway, Marty McFly and George McFly, and this took place it was placed in Hidden Valley, California, which is a suburb of L.A. Anyway, so they they set this thing in a Hidden Valley, and when he went back to the past, the Hidden Valley was just being the Hidden Valley residential neighborhood was being developed at the time. It was a tree farm. He meets his mother. Mother falls in love with him instead of his dad, Joe McFly. So they stage a thing in the parking lot, and then Biff takes over, and his dad knocks out Biff. It's bully syndrome type of thing. Basically, it was their way in the 80s to teach the kids to handle bullies. I hope that thing doesn't blow me out. I might have to turn that down just a little bit. Oh, I'm not listening to it. I should have my headphones on, but I'm not going to do that. Everything seems to be doing just fine over here, so we'll figure it out. If not, I'll have to do it again. So anyway, towards the end, he plays in the band. There's black people in the thing. They call them all kinds of weird names. It's kind of a funny movie. It's a good comedy. I really enjoy watching it over and over and over and over and over again. You know, when I was a kid, friends of mine wore the VHS tape out at the house, so I was coming over to watch it. And by the time we graduated high school, the tape was wore out. Then everybody disappeared. Kind of strange how that happens. So yeah, I like the DeLorean, the way they did it, and believe it or not, you can still buy a brand new DeLorean today if you want to. You just got to go to where they're made and request one. So that was a pretty good movie. Let's see. Let me go to the right page here, or am I on the right page? I am on the right page, but it's not showing me what I want. There it is. Well, it was put out by Universal Pictures in 1985. It's 116 minutes. They spent $19 million budget, and it grossed at the box office $388.8 million. So that thing did pretty good, for a movie in the 80s where they were just now trying to figure out special effects. So far, we've only had one movie that did good at the box office from the 2001s that we've talked about so far. Don't worry, we got a lot more coming, but we got to get through some of these older ones too, because I'm not in the mood just to watch brand new movies all the time, so I got to take care of that. Anyway, so let's move on to the next. I don't know how I'm going to fill the space to make at least 15-minute videos for when I start doing singles, but it's got to be, I got to do that because that way I can watch individuals and do them during the week. Because work is just killing me right now. I'm taking all my time. I'm only getting one day off, and then as you can hear the crackle in my voice, or maybe you can't, I don't know if I toned it out or not. But it's really difficult to talk right now because I caught a cold at work, and it's not the coronavirus, but it's still a cold. So anyway, our next movie here is going to be Tomorrowland. And normally I'll put the pictures up just like I normally would. Now this was distributed by Walt Disney Videos, and this is a Quantum Realm, I'm going to call it, video. It's a science fiction action romantic, a little romance in there, not much, but it's a little romance, guy guiding a kid through thing, got robots, it's got all kinds of science fiction stuff in it. So it was released in 2015. And the story is basically about a girl that's trying to stop Dad from losing a job at NASA because they're tearing down the launch platform and the buildings. in the movie. There we go. She ends up getting a pin from the robot, and then it shows her a different world where she can go and be free and explore science and be different. And we'll find out what happens when you watch the movie. So she ends up at a pond trying to follow this pin, and when it runs out of battery, she goes trying to find another one and runs into more killer robots and blows up a curio shop. Then the robot steals a car. The other robot, the good robot, steals a car, and then she ends up going to, I don't remember his name, but they end up going to the other star in this thing house, and gets hit with a repeller gun. She ends up setting something on fire, gets into his house. They get launched out of the house in a bathtub because more killer bad robots come try to get them. They talk about the World State Fair, how to get to Tomorrowland. They launch a rocket out of the Eiffel Tower. I mean, this thing is full of special effects, full of fun. It's actually a pretty good movie to go and watch. So I'm kind of hoping that you want to watch this thing, because the links to buy this movie will be on the blog. You just got to go to the blog and click on the pictures on the website. As you probably won't. You'll probably just get the ones on the side over here with YouTube, and I won't get anything out of it, but that's okay too. It's easier that way. Then there's a young boy, Frank Walker. That's the guy's name. Frank Walker. He starts in this movie as a young boy in 1964. So at many generations, New York's World's Fair. So this movie was put out by Walt Disney. Production company was A113 Productions. It was Walt Disney Motion Pictures. It's put out in 2015. They spent $180 to $190 million on this thing, and it made it to box office $209 million, and I bet it's still making money now because it's a good movie. It's worth watching. So this movie was actually worth watching. It's worth owning. If you're a movie collector and you're actually watching this channel, which not many are, I think I got 9 viewers last week. There are 29 viewers for the whole channel, and it probably 2 or 3 for when this thing released last week. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. But there's a destructive element for the Earth, and they're going to destroy the Earth, and it's the girl that's trying to keep Dad from losing a job at NASA. By sabotaging NASA's equipment, that finds out that she can save or fix the problem. There are lots of explosions in Tomorrowland and a rocket launch, and we're gonna start doing 2 videos. One for I shouldn't start that yet. They get into weird kind of transporters that do kinds of weird things to you. It's just all kinds of fun. Looks like it might rain out there. I hope the weather doesn't change too quick, too soon. I don't want to be stuck inside. I'm hoping the holidays get over faster than they expect them to, because this peak season's just killing me. Anyway, so the movie was worth watching. I'm giving it 5 stars. It's worth going and getting and seeing. So this is one of those things where I'll put the links on the website for the movie and links to all the actors, and so you can research this movie and find out what I'm actually seeing if you wish to. Since YouTube won't let me put scenes from the movie in there because of copyright things, they say, because it's basically direct competition with them, I'll put them on coming out probably after the first of the year now, because I don't really have time to chop, cut, and rebuild or copy the video sequences that I want from the movie so that I can place them in this movie. I know people do it all over YouTube all over the place, but every time I try, I get copyright infringement notices. and they threaten to take down my channel when I'm trying to just make the videos better. It just don't work that way for me. So anyway, and after the first of the year, I might start another channel. I haven't decided if it's going to be an outdoors network channel, politics. Well, I tried politics. It didn't really work, but we'll try something to see if I can get some interest in this thing. I'm definitely not going to be able to get a quad. Probably not ever, because I was going to do videos with that, but can't get that because I can't even get my truck fixed. That's why I was kind of hoping the GoFundMe channel would work, but it doesn't. And, nobody seems to be going over there and donating the thing, even though I spend money and drop, a million or two visitors to the page, and I still don't get any response. But the whole thing is to buy a bigger house so I could have a studio. And I know it all sounds selfish, but that money will give me a business going so I don't have to have a day job, and I can take the time whenever I feel like it to make videos. Since I'm not making any money off of YouTube, I figured that'd be the best way. Then I could get the quads and all the other stuff to go play out in the hills, make more videos, or RC channel, and have room to actually build and make RCs custom, which is the thing. Or even, set up a racetrack or an RC off-road course or something, of that nature, so that people that want to do that type of thing would have a place to go here in Reno. Or even get enough property so I can put up a miniature airport for RC planes. It's, the thing is endless of ideas that I have, but the ideas aren't going to go nowhere as long as, nobody's going to help me and go fund the GoFundMe page. I can try, and I'm going to keep trying. Now, the other problem is that, my niece is living here, and she's making me miserable, and she's never, ever had a place of her own. And Mom won't kick her out, and this is Mom's house, not mine. So, won't get her out on her own. She won't take responsibility for herself, and there's just too many problems. And July 4th is coming, and I'm going to have to go do something for myself. That's number one problem. You got to take care of yourself nowadays. And that means that Mom will probably lose the house, and they'll both be out on the street, and I won't have no control over it then either. So the GoFundMe page is, imperative that it works, but, with the economy and the White House causing problems and nobody actually wanting to help anybody or me because who I am, it just ain't going to work. So I guess I'll have to start looking for a better job than what I got that pays better in a town where I can actually afford to live, because here in Reno, even at $18 an hour, I can't afford to rent a house or an apartment. So I'm going to have to figure something else out, and this channel isn't going to do the trick. Anyway, so take care. Another thing that bugs me is this last video I put out. I got 2 videos in the first day it was released. Over on Rumble, I got 47 videos in the first day it was, or 47 viewers the first day it was released. Really don't understand what the difference is. The videos were exactly the same. They had exact same keywords. They had a lot more, And over there, people watched the video all the way through. Here on YouTube, they barely even watched 15 minutes of it. It really sucks. Don't understand what the difference is. But if Rumble and locals, when they merge, if they're going to do better than they do here, and I could actually make some money over there, I may abandon YouTube completely like everybody else has because of all their rules and restrictions. It's just the way it is, because I'm actually getting paid over there. Not much, but I'm getting paid. I think it's $10 a month or $10 a week is actually better than what YouTube's paying. And I imagine YouTube's running ads on all my videos. And all my videos are mirrored over there now. So, I don't understand what the difference is. And a lot of people keep trying to tell me, but it just doesn't, I try their tricks and it don't work. So I'm probably going to have to pump up the volume and step out the game and see what I can do. Because, I'm going to have to get my mixer out and set all that up and get this thing, get me a whole studio going that I have to put away every time I get through making a video. I have no room to leave it up. See if we can do better. So, peak is killing me right now. I've got this damn cold that I got to get rid of, and, nothing's working my way at all right now. So anyway, you guys take care, and hopefully you decide to go to the GoFundMe page and actually donate a little bit of money. $1 will help, anything, whatever you can give will help. Now I sound like a preacher. Pay your tithes. I'm not that. I'm not going to do that either. I thought about that, but I'm not going to go on a religious spree. I mean, I could talk about a lot of crazy things that would drive people absolutely nuts, but, I'll just leave that for my scientific papers when I put them out. Yeah, because I did one on the pyramid that's just driving people up the wall, and they're actually getting pissed off about it. So, anyway, you guys take care, be safe. Like I always say, don't do a thing Joe Biden wants you to do. And, more and more I learn about it, avoid the shot. Any of them. And so we're going to, as soon as I find all my stuff, where'd I put it? There it is. I lost my remote. We're going to go ahead and get off of this thing and call it a day. And I'll figure out what movies or what videos I'm going to put out for the other channel by the first of the year, and I'm going to keep doing videos on this channel. That way, if I do have to keep a real job, the employers will have something to look at and understand where I'm coming from. And if in the future some employer screws me over like the last one did at Amazon, I'll let you know. But other than that, I'm not going to talk about them unless they really, 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 screw the pooch. And we'll see what happens on that one. I like these little jumping yellow lights that I've got in front of me. Anyway, so we'll talk to you later. Behave, be safe, and come back for the next video. Bye.